Welcome back to the moon. We've got our new tripod up and our new telephoto lens on, and things are a lot more stable. We are shooting right now at 800 millimeters plus the 1.6 times for the crop factor. So we're shooting at roughly 1200 millimeters right now. We've got a nice moon coming up in the east right now. So it's still nice and yellowish pink. Well, actually kind of orangish. It was a little strawberry colored a few minutes ago. But now, as you can see, it's slowly rising in the east. Not too awful bad. We're going to have to try the 2-time multiplier on this to check the moon out a little bit closer when it gets a little higher. But right now, I'm thinking this is looking pretty darn good. It slowly passes on through the view. That's a nice looking shot. It really is. Still can't believe that we're not going back there yet. Let's go the other way and let it come to Papa. Oh. You know, they made it really look easy lining this tripod up on video, but in practice, well, trying to use a camera is one thing too, plus I don't have another chair or a longer cord to plug my computer in with, so I'm gonna have to get a USB extender of some sort, because that cord is just not long enough. Oh, that looks so sweet. Nice and bright. moves up out of the screen. I think we're going to have to break down and try that 2-time multiplier on there. Oh, if I can find it. There it is. So we will be back in just a moment. Whoa. And we're about to hit another batch of clouds. But we should get a pretty good look here as it passes through the camera. I would say we're not going to see the lunar lander at this strength once we get the telescope, which should be in hopefully next Saturday, not this Saturday but next Saturday. And we should get some even more impressive views. As the clouds drift across there. You can see the Sea of Tranquility. That little island sticking up there, right, going into the clouds now. And there's a little brighter spot to the southwest of that. That's where Apollo 11 landed. Just to the north of that little second prominent, lighter prominent sticking into the dark Sea of Tranquility. But right in that area, we'll put it right in the middle of the screen here. Right in there is where the first man walked on the moon. And of course the cloud whips right across and blocks it. Thank you, cloud, so much. Been waiting all afternoon anxiously to try this new lens and this tripod out, and now the clouds want to move in. Just the way of things, I guess. Alright, I'm coming right in the middle of the screen right now. That's the Sea of Tranquility. And right towards the center bottom, there's that lighter patch. Just to the north of that, right along the edge there, is where Apollo 11 landed. Just past to the north of the center of the screen. Crater Clavius is coming up on the center of the screen, I believe. That's where 2001 Space Odyssey, the monolith, was sitting. Was in Clavius crater. To this day it amazes me to think that somebody actually walked on that body in the sky. I remember being a 9-year-old kid, and for the very first time my mom let me stay up past 10 o'clock because she knew it was I was big into space stuff when I was a kid. I watched all the moon launches, all the Gemini space ones and the Mercury space ones, the spacewalks and all that good stuff. So when Neil Armstrong was ready to walk on the moon, Mom told me I could stay up late. And I sat in front of that black and white TV screen, great big console thing, huge. You know, the kind of TV you had to turn on and let the tubes warm up in it before the picture would come on. And I remember thinking how grainy the picture was, but there it was. You could watch on television as a man walked on the moon. It seems to me like nowadays kids don't even realize how big a thing that was back then. Over here to the center of the screen with all the little spikes sticking out of it every which way. It's the crater Tycho. It's one of the brightest prominences on the moon. One of the most visible craters. I believe it's that bright white one right in the center of the screen now. To this day it still amazes me. You can see as the shadow starts marching across the moon. Now the craters are starting to get lit up from the sides, casting bright light on the back side of the crater and dark shadows on the front of them. If I could have got the tripod to line up with the stars easier, we would try to take a look at a nebula or two. But unfortunately that just did not work out tonight. I'm going to have to wait till I get the telescope so that I can use a spotting scope on it. That, or I've got to get a much longer USB cord for my computer to the camera so that I can use the computer screen and actually see what I'm doing instead of trying to look through this tiny little screen on the camera. Just awesome. I'm not sure about those two craters close together along the north there. They stand out pretty well along the shadow line there, though. You can see the ripples of air moving between the camera and the moon. It's what makes it look all wavy. The thickness of the atmosphere, the different temperatures, and it's kind of like the shimmering of a mirage out on the desert or on the hot concrete. You can see it make little waves in the air. That's what we're seeing. This telephoto lens that I'm using is a kind of like a Cassegrainian lens. It's got mirrors in it, a mirror at the back and a mirror in the front, and then it beams it back through the back of the lens again, through a hole in the first mirror and into the camera. So it's kind of like a mini telescope as it is. Fortunately, it's not quite a strong enough one, but we're looking at the moon right now with a resolution of about 2,000 millimeters. Whoa, that one got away. But yeah, this is ooh, mosquito got me good on the side of the face there. Oh. Whoops.